Hey Vapors, PBusardo with another review for you. But before I do the review, I gotta ask, what's with the intros? The other day I'm watching a review and there's 5 minutes of intro and we finally get to the review. Now if you got a crappy internet connection, you're sitting there on YouTube and you're waiting and it's buffering and you finally get to the review. It's annoying. And the death metal before, the overdriven death metal before the review, really? But I understand. I understand that, you know, the intros are cool. So I would like to introduce you to my brand new intro. Good, right? Now this is a juice review, so I have a completely different intro for my juice reviews. Here it is.
Can I taste your juice?
Nice, right? In no way influenced by Howard Stern. Okay, so let's talk about this juice. First of all, before I do, I gotta say, I love going to the forum and I love reading people's reviews, and you gotta understand that taste is completely subjective. So, you know, what some person loves, you might not. You know, what one person thinks is great, you might not. Especially, it depends on the kind of juice that you vape. Now, I typically vape fruitier juices. I like my watermelons and my peaches, and I just did the review on the pina colada. Now, I'm not typically a tobacco vapor, but I heard so much hype on the forum about this next juice that I had to give it a shot. So here it is, Boba's Bounty. This is a 12 milligram liquid, completely VG. This is 100% VG, and this is the first 100% VG liquid that I've tried. So let's talk about the bottle first. I hate it. I hate the bottle. It's really, really hard to get the juice out. There's not a lot of give in the bottle. Now I've heard people rave about this tip. I hate the tip. Air gets in the tip, and then when you try to drip, you get, you know, bubbles and you get foam, and then you get a bit of the juice that comes out. There's absolutely nothing I like about this bottle. Okay, so yeah, it's cute. All right, so it's cute, but functionally, I don't like the bottle. Now, I put this in a Bogue 510 low resistance cardo. It works, but if you're going to do that with a juice that's this thick, because it's all VG, you got to take your time. You got to be patient. You got to use the condom method, fill it from the bottom. You got to go real slow, and then when you're topping off, forget about just dripping it into the top of the cardo, the top side of the cardo. You're going to have to drip and wait, drip and wait, drip and wait. Let it soak in. But you know what? I still like my cardos, so that's how I'm using it. Now, my mod for this, again, I think is a very appropriate mod. I hope you enjoy it. This is the Saber mod. The fit and finish on this thing is absolutely unbelievable, except for this part here. I'm not sure what exactly is going on there. But let's go ahead and give this a vape, and then we'll talk about it. Excuse me. Oh, by the way, when you're using this, you got to be real careful. The other night I was vaping with this thing, cut a chair in half, sent my wife to the hospital, and Fluffy, I'll miss him. Okay, let's give it a vape. There we go. Okay, battery life on this thing, by the way, 27 years unless you're cutting things with it. Okay, so let's talk about that liquid a little bit. It's the most vapor I've ever gotten out of any liquid. It's the VG. You know, typically I don't vape 100% VG, but there's absolute. I mean, look, you see it? It's like fogged up the whole room. I mean, more than a cigarette. It's like a fog machine. So tremendous amounts of vapor. Now I thought with 100% VG that you wouldn't get a throat hit, especially with low milligrams, 12 milligrams. This has a fantastic, smooth throat hit, but you know, it's there and it's satisfying, and I like it. Flavor wise, It's hard for me to describe because I don't typically vape tobacco flavors, but when I smelled it, I noticed something right away. You remember the pack of pre-filled cartridges that came with your old 510 or maybe even your Ego? That's what it smells like. So I took one of these out, steeping now for 1.5 years, and I threw it on my pass-through. And it's really, really close. So I've heard, you know, that he's using Decang. It tastes very, very similar to the Marlboro that came in the pre-filled cartridges. So if you don't like these, you're probably not going to like the Boba's Bounty. But he definitely improved it as far as vapor is, like I said, unbelievable. Throat hit is fantastic on it. It's definitely a little bit sweeter than the stuff that came in these pre-filleds. Getting a little bit of nuts, a little bit of maybe caramel, maybe coconut, I don't know. But it's like this, but much, much better. Smoother, richer, much better vapor, much better throat hit. So I'm going to give it a thumbs up, but it doesn't get a street shout out. That's it. Boba's Bounty. If you like tobacco vapes, give it a shot. That's my review. Thanks a lot.
Can I taste your juice?